Ancient Greece was one of the greatest civilizations in history, but how did it fall? The Minoan civilization arose on the Greek mainland around 2700 BC at its peak. It controlled much of the Mediterranean, including parts of modern-day Greece, Italy, Spain, and France. But by 1400 BC, it had mysteriously collapsed. The Mycenaean civilization then took over the Greek mainland, but it too would eventually fall. By 1100 BC, Greece would then enter a period known as the Greek Dark Ages, which lasted for 4 centuries. But by 800 BC, Greece began to emerge once again. This period is known as the Archaic Age. The main characteristic of this age was the rise of the polis, or city-state. The most powerful of these was Sparta, whose citizens valued military strength above all else. Another powerful state was Athens, which valued art, literature, and philosophy. These two states would go on to become the dominant powers in Greece during the Golden Age. But this Golden Age would only last for 200 years. The reason for this was the increasing power of the Persian Empire. In 492 BC, the Persians invaded Greece to punish Athens for helping the Ionians revolt against Persian rule. The Greeks, however, were able to repel the invasion, and so in 480 BC, the Persians attempted to invade again, this time with a massive army of 200,000 men. Again, the Greeks were victorious, thanks in part to a small group of Spartan soldiers who delayed the Persian king E's army long enough for the rest of the Greek forces to arrive. After the Persian Wars, the Greeks experienced a golden age of peace and prosperity. The Delian League was formed in 478 BC to protect Greece from any future Persian invasions. But as the League grew, so did the power of Athens. Soon, Athens was using its naval dominance to control the seas and trade routes of the Mediterranean. This caused many of the member states to resent Athens, and so they left the alliance. One of them was Sparta. In 431 BC, Sparta, along with her allies, declared war on Athens, starting the Peloponnesian War. Sparta won the war in 404 BC, but both Athens and Sparta were weakened by it. This allowed a small state called Thebes to dominate Greece for a short time, but soon after Thebes too would be defeated in 336 BC. The kingdom of Macedon, located north of Greece, began to grow in power. Under the reign of Philip II, Macedon would conquer all of Greece except for Sparta. 3 years later, Philip's son, Alexander the Great, would conquer the Persian Empire, spreading Greek culture throughout the Middle East. After Alexander's death, his empire was divided among his generals. This period is known as the Hellenistic Age. During this time, Greek culture spread throughout the Mediterranean and Near East. But as the centuries passed, the Greek states were slowly conquered by outside invaders, and by the 1st century AD, the mighty empire of Greece was no more. If you like this content, follow me for more ancient deets.